Back with you, San Diego sports leader, the mighty 1090. 72-56, San Diego State last night over Georgia Tech out of the ACC. I was listening to the postgame last night, as I mentioned a little bit earlier in the program. I heard Brian Dutcher bring this up on the air. I said, I can't wait to ask Malik Pope about this when he joins us on the radio. Here he is, forward Malik Pope on the mighty 1090. Malik, Darren Smith, good to talk to you.
Great to talk to you.
Congratulations.
Oh boy, I'm really actually happy that game is in the books now because they're a good team. I give them that. They're a good team.
They are a good team, and they were. I guess the story goes, Malik, that they were happy to tell you how good they were at least early on in that game. Now Dutcher set this up that he said some of the guys were saying ACC this and ACC that, and now listen, that's a great conference. Nobody's going to say it's not. But what did you hear out there on the court last night?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I heard it all. Last night I heard it all. I mean, they do talk a lot during the game. I'm not the one that talks. I'm usually the silent one, like a deadly silent assassin type guy. But they were just chatting. Oh yeah, he's nervous. He's nervous. He's scared. It's like, all right, that's fine. At the end of the day, they went home. Probably not satisfied with the score, so I'm content. You could talk during the game, do your thing, but the score will reveal itself at the end. So,
and that was 72-56. So you had guys, Georgia Tech players, were saying about you that you were nervous at the start of that game?
Yeah, basically. Some of the players was trying to get in my head.
Were you the only player who they were going after, or were they going after Winston and
Trey? They were just, they were just doing their thing. They were just going at everybody, basically. It's probably just the type of game they play.
Well, I mean, gosh almighty, I don't know that they'd seen a defense like yours. I think even after the game, Malik, they even said we had not quite seen something like that. Now, is that common stuff? I mean, would you have heard something similar from Washington or anybody else you played this year, or was this unique from Georgia Tech last night?
I don't know. This was I wouldn't say unique. I would just say surprising because I've heard some trash talking, but they were pretty aggressive with it. They were trying to reps and everything. Like they didn't really care. I was like, wow, okay.
Now, who on the team? Does anybody on your team talk back, or did you guys just decide as a unit you weren't going to get into that?
Nah, we don't really talk back. We just play, have fun, and guard.
And you guarded the hell out of them last night. Yeah, now, is that something that you get from Coach
Fisher?
We'll
pay you back on the defensive end for sure.
Yeah. Well, enough shot clock violations in 5 seconds and block shots from Skylar Spencer. Is that a cue that you get from your coach? I mean, does your coach have anything to say about guys talking out there on the court, or is that just the personality of the team?
Oh, no. Are you talking about Fisher?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he just said, I heard him, just let him talk. Just keep playing, keep guarding. You guys are guarding. You're doing pretty good right now. Just keep playing hard. So.
And that's exactly what happened, 72-56. Listen, you guys win last night. What's it like for you? Give us a glimpse into your world. What happens after that game for Malik Pope? Is there a celebration? Do some of the guys get together, go out? What's happening after the game last night?
Well, just to be in my shoes, I came back to the crib and just laid down. I was exhausted. But, I guess after a win like that, the typical thing would be celebrate, but I'm not really sure how many of us celebrated and how many of us did what I did. But there was definitely an equilibrium on our team of both.
So some guys did go out and celebrate. Other guys went back to the crib like you did.
Yeah, basically.
Now, is that because you were exhausted from the game itself? Like Monday night? Well, it's a short turnaround, so I don't know how much you would have gone out Monday night. But did you get to enjoy that one, or did you go back to the crib as well?
Nope, I came back to the crib. I was just tired, man. Just trying to get ready for the next one.
Well, there you go. All right, we're talking with Malik Pope at San Diego Sports, leader of the Mighty 1090. Ever been to Madison Square Garden before?
Never.
So I grew up on the East Coast. Madison Square Garden, to me, might be something different. I'm a little bit older than you are, Malik, but I'd like to hear it from you, from a guy who's your age, at your level, who's a basketball player. What does it mean to know that you're going to what was once upon a time and maybe still considered the mecca of basketball, Madison Square Garden?
Oh, I'm ultra excited. Like, I don't think you understand. When I was in high school, I wanted to play at the Kings Arena. In high school, when you make to the state finals or the section finals, you always play at the Kings Arena. I was excited to do that, but we're talking about the number one venue in America right now. So basketball wise at least, and that's crazy. I'm like, it's a blessing to be able to even play there. I've heard that the floor is on the fourth floor or something like that. Like, you have to take an elevator.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm excited to get there. That's crazy.
So what is it? Is it all the players who had played there in the years past? Is it because it's in New York City and New York City has a good reputation basketball-wise? I mean, why would that be meaningful to a guy like yourself?
Well, based off the fact that Madison Square Garden hosts like some of mainstream events, and yeah, of course, their team is amazing. And it's New York. You gotta say the name twice. Such a nice place. And I'm just really excited. There's a lot of, historical moments that's been in that place. So that has a lot to do with it as well. But I'm honestly just excited to be able to play there and play against. We were playing George Washington, and that's really my whole thing.
Malik Pope joining us on the Mighty 1090. Malik, the motivation to perform at the level you guys have performed at here so far in the NIT, through 3 games, inside of your building, 3 different opponents, 3 different conferences. People questioned and wondered, shouldn't say question, but people wondered how motivated you guys would be. In a lot of people's eyes, you were snubbed by the selection committee, left out of the NCAA tournament, which is obviously where you wanted to be. Where did the motivation come from to perform and play as well as you guys did for 3 games so far, and hopefully 2 more?
Motivation came from, we felt like we were sleepers. Like, you can't, come on. We did really well during conference. Of course, we had some surprising, non-conference losses, but we're really a good team, and we're like a team that no one wants to play in the NCAA tournament, and probably even in the NIT as well. But our motivation comes from the fact that we were slept on it, and now we have something to prove for it. Like, that's really how it started, and it starts with Winston and Skylar. Like, they bring this motivation to us as well, even though we already gained it over the past couple weeks.
So some of it is the disrespect factor. Some of it is we got snubbed. Let's prove people wrong.
Definitely.
Winston has had an interesting week, publicly speaking. Skylar doesn't do as much speaking as Winston does. But what have those guys said to you privately? I mean, anything that you could share with us, how they've tried to motivate to you or to Jeremy, to the whole team, why this is important?
Winston always tells us why everything's important. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that he's a senior. So he tried to share his emotion. He doesn't, not really emotion, but how he feels about these games with us, and try to, share the energy. And he does that, and he does it very effectively. So it really just comes from the fact that he knows, we might not be able to play together again. So we got to, go out here and give it our all so we can keep playing together. And we only got a few games to do this. So that's really what it comes from. That's really what he, says on a daily basis to us, get out there and handle it.
Guys seem to be responding. I might ask a quick follow-up on Winston Shepard. He's I've had very, very good seats for the last 2 games inside of Viejas Arena. Better seats than I deserve, frankly. But I've watched Winston take the ball up the court a few times. I know this is probably a question more for him, but what is he doing when he takes the ball up the court and he has this hunched over body, or he sometimes goes high stepping? Do you have any insight on what Winston's doing when he's taking the ball up the court?
I really did, actually. He's a LeBron fan. He loves LeBron. That's his idol. So, he's, I guess, that hunched over is protecting the ball mainly, but when he's up, he's shown what he can do. He's definitely a point guard, a 6'8" point guard. And you could tell. Many guards try to steal from him, it doesn't work. So he's honestly just having fun and playing his game. That's what he enjoys doing.
Okay, because I thought maybe he was trying to hide when he has the hunched over dribble up the court. I said, well, who's he hiding from? And then the other time he goes high stepping. I said, I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, he's out there just having fun, to be honest. That's Winston, I'm for sure know.
Hey, you got a shooting night like you have last night. What are the coaches saying to you? Are they encouraging you to keep shooting? Or are they telling you, what are they telling Malik Pope here, after the first half that you had?
If you open, shoot it. Don't stop being aggressive. That's what they tell me. Like you can shoot the ball. Don't get discouraged because you missed a few. Just keep shooting. They ran some more plays for me. I kept shooting. It didn't really work out into the end, but better late than never. So, I had to find a way to help the team in a different way. Defense, rebound, and all that good stuff.
You put the nail in their coffin late with that 3-point shot. Off the hand,
Yeah.
Did you feel like that was – did you feel it out of the hand, or did you have to wait and see it go through?
Oh, no. Well, it felt good when it left my hand. Like all the rest of the shots I shot throughout the whole game. So I actually had to pay attention for this one. I was just like, okay, this has to go in. Good. This is crazy. This is a crazy night. But, yeah, that was the quickest release I probably ever shot. So it was iffy.
I'll tell you what, Malik, I got to ask you someday about what life is like growing up in Sacramento, because it seems like the more I pay attention to college basketball, the more I see really, really good players. A couple of those guys from Washington. And what's in the water up there in Sacramento that seems to produce so many great college basketball players?
I don't know. I feel like it has a lot to do with, what college you go to. There's a lot of players that went to college that didn't fit. And then, there's some of us that went to colleges that helped us. Like Marquise, Chris, he's really good now. I wouldn't say he was bad in high school, but his game has grown a lot and had a lot to do with Washington. So it starts with how you worked in high school, but it also helps when you go to the right college and get the right workout and coach and all that stuff.
Did you know Chris? I mean, he's a little younger than you are, but did you know him from Sacramento High School?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he's a pretty good player.
Yeah, he is. He has my respect.
Yeah,
for sure does.
I think he actually declared for the draft.
Yeah,
too.
I heard that too. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him at all.
Is that something you think you're going to explore? I don't mean declaring for the draft, but now players at your level have the opportunity to at least explore it. Is that something that you think you might do whenever this run is over?
I'm going to sit down with Coach Fisher and talk about it. It's an option. I'm not really sure, though. But, yeah, we do got to get these games coming up in New York, and that'll really determine that some more. So, yeah, we're going to figure it out at the end of this.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to everybody listening. Hey, Malik, an amazing turnout here last night, Monday night, even last week for the opening round game of the NIT at Viejas Arena. Continued success. You got a lot of people now who want to see you play not only Tuesday, but then, of course, next Thursday at Madison Square Garden. Enjoy it, and thank you very much for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right. Malik Pope.